Hi everyone, welcome to stampwithjenny.com. Today we're going to be making this card with the Brayered Sky technique. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is take my Whisper White cardstock and ink up my brayer with Summer Sun. I'm going to brayer the whole background. Notice I'm going in one motion. I'm not going back and forth because I'll get streaks. And with a next darker color, which is more mustard, I'm going to ink up my brayer again. And starting from the top, I'm going to go down very slowly just to blend it. So it's darker at the top and gets lighter as it goes down. If I need to, I can reapply. Always starting from the top, working my way down slowly. Then with the darkest color, today I'm using 3 colors, is Really Rust. Ink up your brayer again. Again, starting from the top and working your way down slowly. But I'm not going all the way down. I want to keep that Summer Sun color at the bottom. I'm going to re-ink here. This time I'm going to just get off a little of my ink first so it's not as dark. Starting from the top and working my way down. So there's your sky. What I'm going to then do is I like to heat emboss because it really makes your silhouette come right out. It's important to use your embossing buddy because your ink may not be completely dry yet, or you can heat set that and then use your embossing buddy. I just like to use the embossing buddy. And take Versamark. I'm going just to ink up the tree stamp with the Versamark first really well. Stamp on your cardstock. And I'm just going to cover the Really with black embossing powder, shaking off the excess as I go. Then I'm going to use my heat tool to melt that embossing powder. And I'm going to let that cool for a few seconds, and I'm going to take my darkest color again, the Really Rust, and with Sponge Dauber, I'm just going to create a little darker here along, it would be like the horizon along the grass. There's that. So your Brayered Sky portion is done. I'm just going to assemble the rest of my card. Going to adhere my Brayered Sky layer onto a layer of Really Rust, which I like. It brings out the Really Rust in the sunset. Okay. Then adhere that to a layer of basic black. Set that aside for a second, because if you remember on our original card, there is this band with some brads. So to do that, I'm going to adhere the Really Rust to the basic black. I'm using my matte pack. The foam part is going to be on the bottom, and I'm going to set the band on top. And then, I don't know if you can see this, but there's little holes that kind of guide you. I'm going to just decide where I want to put my brads on here and poke the holes. And I always like to go back through and make the holes a little bigger. Then take 3 black brads, push them through and open them up to secure them. I always like to press down too to make sure they're nice and flat. So your band is done. I'm gonna do the sanded background on my card base layer, which is more mustard. I actually like to use my brayer for this too. I find that I get very good coverage if I use the brayer. I'm going to take the really rust and ink up my brayer just like I did with the sunset, except I'm going to run it on my background. So make sure it's completely covered, and then take my card base and lay the front down onto the actual stamp, then take a piece of scratch paper, lay it on top, and then rub. For me, this gives excellent coverage for a background stamp. So that's our card base. I'm going to attach the band to the card base. And then for our main image, I'm going to just pop that up on some dimensionals. Take off the backing, put it on your card, and you're done. That's it. Thanks for stopping by.